Okay, everybody, welcome to our broadcast tonight. Tonight we're talking about the AdWords keyword planner. Now I've got a group of you here that are live with me right now. I'm curious, how many of you who are here live with me know what this tool is and or use it at all with some of your keyword research and marketing? It looks kind of like this right here. I know this is kind of small. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. This is a bit how it looks, though. No, yes, for some of you guys. Catherine, I'm curious. Have you ever used the keyword planner in any of your work? Michelle, you know what it is, but haven't used it. I'm not surprised that most of you guys haven't used it, because at least in most of my marketing trainings, I usually teach you to almost exclusively use this tool right here for most of your keyword research. The only problem with that tool is you can use it, but you can only use it like for 2 keyword searches per day without a membership. Or if you know you're going to be using it a lot, moz.com/explore, you can sign up for a free trial for a month and use it to death. But you got to make sure you cancel it, because it's several $100s a month to use that tool. So some of you guys have been wondering, well, what are some of my alternatives if I don't want to use Moz, or I don't feel like I like it as much? Well, I've got news for you. There's not really anything that's better than what we use at Moz, which is why we recommend it. But Keyword Planner is a free tool that does offer some help, and I thought I'd kind of explain a little bit about that tonight. So first of all, Keyword AdWords. First, Google AdWords is Google's paid advertising platform, and they created the Keyword Planner to sort of support that and help paid marketers figure out what keywords are best to use in their AdWords campaigns. So in order for you to get access to it, you have to go create an AdWords account. Okay, so let me just give you the address. Actually, it might be, yeah, this is what it is. It's just adwords.google.com, like that. Let's see if I can bring up another internet browser where I'm not signed in. This is another reason why we like you to have a Gmail account, because usually it's associated with a Gmail account. So if you want to go sign up there, just go to adwords.google.com, and you'll get to a page that looks like this, and then you'll just want to hit Start Now right there in the middle of the page, and you'll want to create an account. Okay. Now, a lot of times they're going to try to get you, like, the whole goal of AdWords here is they want to get you to pay them for ads on Google, right? So, for example, and I know a lot of you guys know this, but let me just show you real quick. If I type in pearl jewelry, right? I'm a customer. I'm in Google. I'm looking for pearl jewelry. Google AdWords is what facilitates these paid ads to show up at the very top of Google. So Overstock.com here is paying in Google AdWords to be there. JCPenney is paying in Google AdWords. The Pearl Source is paying, and so is Ice.com. So these are paid ads, and they're essentially paying per click for traffic here, and they're all bidding on this keyword. So in Overstock's AdWords account, they have a price set on the word pearl jewelry, which is part of the reason why they're ranking towards the top, because they're at least in part bidding more than some of their counterparts here, their competitors, JCPenney, the Pearl Source, so on and so forth. So we're creating an account right now with AdWords is what we're doing. Let me erase my chicken scratch real quick. But that doesn't mean with you creating an account with AdWords that you need to pay for anything, okay? So don't come in here and feel like you've got to pay for ads. You just want to get your AdWords account set up so you have access to some of these tools, okay? Now, once you've got, I'm not going to walk you through the AdWords setup. I'm just going to assume you guys can go in there and take care of that get your AdWords account set up. Once you do that, you're going to log in. So I'm going to show you what a logged in account looks like, adwords.google.com. And I'm going to get to sort of like the main AdWords page once you've got an account. It looks a little bit like this. Okay, you'll see some navigation up here at the top. Home, campaigns, opportunities, reports, tools. Okay. You're going to go under tools and you're going to select keyword planner right here. Okay, so I'm going to select keyword planner under tools. What kind of, so it'll ask you about your website for sure. You're right, Catherine. It doesn't matter which site you put in. You can put in your e-commerce website, your blog, doesn't matter. And you can have one AdWords account to manage AdWords campaigns for both sites. So there's no sense in creating two different accounts. Okay, so when you get to tools and the keyword planner, this is what you're going to get first. You're going to get these three selections, okay? 1, 2, 3. Search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. Get search volume data and trends. Multiply keyword lists to get new keywords. I'm going to suggest most of you guys use number 1 here to start, okay? So that's the one we'll do. I'm going to click search for keywords using a phrase, website, or category, okay? So first of all, there's some filters and stuff here. You don't have to fill out all of these. You can just do one of them. So either put in like a keyword phrase about what you're selling in this box right here, number 1, or put in a competitor's landing page or home page here. So this is an or, not an and. So put it either in 1 or put it in 2, or put something in box 3 here, which is your product category. So if I'm in the business of marketing pearl jewelry, here's what I would do. I would probably just come here and type in pearl jewelry, just kind of a general phrase. Now I know I sell more specific things than just pearl jewelry, right? I could do, pearl necklace, or I could type in pearl earrings, or I could even be more specific and type in freshwater pearl jewelry. Okay, right now it doesn't really matter. We'll do that here in just a second, but I'm going to go general here to start and just type in my general market or keyword phrase pearl jewelry. I can target just the United States, and most of you guys probably will, unless you're in the UK or Australia or wherever you are. You can do some geo-targeting and make sure this is only giving you data related to your country. You can do it in English. You can only do it in Google. There's some other keyword options that are a little more advanced. We're not going to go through all of those. I'm just going to come here and hit Get Ideas, okay? And when I do that, I'm officially into the keyword planner. And I'm going to explain what this does and why we would use it at this point, okay? Once again, this doesn't do anything any better than Moz. This is just a free alternative to Moz. And it doesn't do some things as well. In fact, I would argue most things it doesn't do as well. But it's also a free tool, so what can you expect, right? Okay, so here we are on pearl jewelry. And it gives me, it auto-generates this list of keywords. Okay. So as I scroll down here, here's the first few keywords in this list. Pearl necklace, pearl earrings, just the word pearl bracelet, pearl ring, freshwater pearls. These are general ideas that it's giving us, okay? Now look here at the different columns. So here's column 1 that I want to look at, okay? What is column 1 teaching us about each one of these keywords here? Pearl necklace, what is this saying? Average monthly searches. What does that mean exactly? In layman's terms, if you were explaining this to somebody. It says 10,000 to 100,000 searches for the word pearl necklace. it's basically giving you volume, right? How popular a keyword phrase is. Notice the spread is pretty high. So I think it sometimes depends on the month, but I think by default right now, if you look right here, this data is showing me average monthly searches over the course of the last 12 months. So this is kind of on average. It's basically saying in Google and nowhere else, in Google, people type in the word pearl or the phrase pearl necklace anywhere from 10 to 100,000 times in a month. That's a lot of searches, isn't it? What can we reasonably infer about a phrase like that? It's very popular, right? A lot of people are typing it in. And the same thing for pearl earrings, about the same range. Same thing for the word pearl. But I want to draw your attention to this second column, so column 2 here, which is the competition column. Now here's where this tool, I think, is inferior to other tools that you have the option of using. The competition is only relating to paid competition. So just because pearl necklace says high competition here, it doesn't mean it's difficult to get a ranking for it in Google. It means it's more expensive to get a ranking for it in the Google paid ads. Because remember, I told you earlier, this is a paid ad tool. Everything's kind of geared towards that. So in other words, there's a lot of people, a lot of companies that are bidding on the word pearl necklace. And so that's why it's saying the competition is high. It doesn't mean that there's lots more websites out there that are competing for this keyword phrase. It does only in the paid advertising space. So if you're using this tool for SEO and trying to rank in Google for free, that competition number means nothing to you. So don't let it bother you. I've had a few clients use this tool and they're like, "Oh, Trevor, I saw pearl earrings, but I saw the competition was high, so I didn't want to target that keyword phrase." Well, I would agree with you if you're trying to target it for Google AdWords, but not if you're trying to target for SEO reasons. It doesn't mean it's any more competitive, okay? And column 2 kind of relates here to what I'm going to label as column 3, suggested bid. And Google basically says, hey, if you want to rank sort of high for pearl necklace, we want you to bid $2.81 for every single time somebody clicks on your site. Okay, and same for this one. This is even higher. Can you imagine per click? It's basically costing somebody, on average, I mean, that's their suggested bid, so you don't have to bid that. You could bid much lower, but if you go too much lower, you're not even going to rank very well. And that's part of how Google ads or paid ads are ranked is based on the amount of money you're willing to bid per click. But you have to be converting at a pretty high rate, and you have to have some pretty decent profit margins if that's going to work for you. Because can you imagine just to get 100 visitors at a rate like that, you're spending a couple $100, $200, $300, $400 for 100 visitors. And imagine your site only converts at about a 2% conversion rate. Well, that would mean, I mean, out of that 100 visitors, if you got 2 sales, you'd have to at least make $200 or $300 off of those 2 sales, or else you wouldn't even break even. So anyway, that's beside the point here. We're not using this tool tonight for a discussion about AdWords, but as you guys see competition and suggested bid, I want you to at least know a little bit about what that is. Yeah, Catherine, you got it right. Catherine basically made the same point I did. The competition column is not very helpful because you can erroneously stay away from keyword phrases with high competition. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing this for SEO purposes to rank for free, then you should ignore that entirely. And that's the big myth that I got to dispel tonight, because most of you guys who use this tool make that mistake. Okay, don't make that mistake. What's interesting is the word pearl has medium competition. Based on our conversation so far, why do you think the word pearl, who has just as many searches per month as these other ones, why do you think the competition or the number of people bidding on the word pearl is medium, which means there would be fewer people trying to bid for that keyword phrase? Why do you think that would be? The other ones listed here are high. I suppose if I went down the list, I could find a few more that are medium or even low competition. You'll see sometimes. Yeah, because I mean, think about it. If I'm a business that sells pearl jewelry, I don't think I would even bid on the word pearl, honestly. Right? Because guess what? What if there's a college kid out there writing a paper on pearls, and they just go to Google and type in pearl? I don't want my business ad to pop up for that person, right? Pearls too, it's not a buyer keyword phrase. So it's medium competition because there are fewer companies that are willing to take the risk and bid on pearl, because pearl, your conversion rates aren't going to be as high and your traffic's not going to be as good. That's why that would be the case. So you'll often see that. Sometimes you'll see these massively large, very popular keyword phrases with a medium or low competition. And again, your knee-jerk reaction on that is, oh, that's a great keyword phrase, let's go after it. Well, not necessarily. It's probably not a very good buyer phrase. If it's general and vague, I mean, but again, for SEO reasons, this whole column right here isn't important, and this column right here isn't important. The only thing the Google Planner keyword tool does for you, or the Google Keyword Planner tool does for you, is it provides you some ideas for keywords that you could potentially target, and the only information it really gives you is information about how popular a keyword phrase might be. It doesn't give you any competition or difficulty percentages. Looking at this data, I can tell you that pearl earrings is a very popular keyword phrase because of the volume here in column 1. But I can't tell you how hard it is to get a ranking for it. It doesn't give me any difficulty competition. That's the weakness of this tool. So use it all you want to gain ideas. In fact, this is getting confusing. Let me erase all of my drawings here for a sec. You can use it as a way to get ideas, and you often can. If you'll scroll down this list, I mean, it gives you lots and lots and lots and lots of ideas. And anyway, I mean, I don't think I'll say too much more about it. You can actually filter, though. So one thing you might find interesting is you can actually filter by these columns. So if I click on the column right here, average monthly searches, a lot of times I can filter by highest versus lowest, meaning I can see keyword phrases that are less common. So I filtered by lowest monthly searches, and this gives me some long tail phrases. Okay, so if I'm interested in finding less popular long tail phrases that are still actually being searched out there in Google, I can filter or sort this list by just simply clicking on it. And that's a good way to find the popular stuff versus the non-popular stuff that's still relevant to your keyword search. Yeah, so that's the tab we're on right now. We're on keyword ideas right now, Catherine. So there's these two tabs. You've got ad group ideas, which you're not, I suppose you can use, and it gives you a lot of the same data, but most of your time will be spent here on keyword ideas. So Shelly, your question is, wouldn't pearl bracelet? Let's find that keyword phrase again here. Let me unfilter my results. Where's pearl bracelet? Okay, here's pearl bracelet right here. So this is the one you're referring to. So you say, wouldn't pearl bracelet at 468 tell me that it's in demand more? Yeah, I mean, a lot of times if you've got a higher suggested bid, it's in greater demand. It's got high competition, and the bid price, the suggested bid price, is higher. So yes, it's probably something that's sought after more by advertisers. Again, it doesn't mean it's any harder to rank for, but if I were in the paid advertising business right now and I were looking at pearl bracelet, this one I could reasonably deduce that this is probably highly competitive as compared to some of the other ones. This one is too, though, right here at 438. Probably more competition bidding on that keyword phrase. Yeah, Cliff, somebody who's looking for the word pearl might just be looking for a blog or information. So it's not a great one to bid on. Yeah. Good comments for sure. So again, let me just make a note here so you guys understand why we're using this. You know, I get the deer in the headlight look, like, okay, we covered all this, so why are we using this? Why are we not just using Moz? Here's the reason why. Let me give you the why in the list right here. One, we're using this because it's free, whereas Moz tends to cost money. Okay. Two, we're using this because it's great for keyword phrase ideas. So if you're looking for ideas of keywords that are actually being searched for in Google, it can help provide you with a pretty good list. And then three, we use it to see, we're gonna say, relative popularity of keyword phrases. Okay, meaning I can see based on the numbers there, it gives us some relative search numbers, you know, and I don't know how accurate they are. I think they're pretty accurate, but the span is pretty big here. 10,000 to 100,000 is a pretty big span, but relatively speaking, it's going to give you an idea of how popular keyword phrases are. And that's core in your keyword phrase research. If you're going to choose a keyword phrase that you want to get ranked for, you need to know how popular it is. Is it something a lot of people are looking for, or not very many people are looking for it? Google Keyword Planner does a good job. Main weakness: no SEO competition data. Where could you get competition data? In other words, like, I guess the question is, you know, how hard is it to rank for pearl necklace? If you asked me that question, I couldn't answer it using AdWords Keyword Planner. It doesn't give you good data for that. Okay, does that make sense? That's the weakness. Moz will do that. There's other tools out there that will do it. There's not really any good free tools that do it as well as Moz. So if you're looking for real competition data, get a free trial with Moz, use it to death, and then cancel it. Don't pay for it if you can't afford it. There are some free metrics, and maybe we'll cover one next week, that can actually do this to an extent, that can get you some competition data without you using an advanced tool like Moz. Because before there was Moz, you still had to research competition, and there's some old school rudimentary ways to do it that I can share with you, but we won't do that tonight. The main point was just to introduce you to the planner. Okay. All right, so I've rambled on enough about this. I've probably gone on too much. I hope this was helpful. If you're going to use Planner, I hope I've at least given you enough to where you can use it effectively to accomplish the goal of coming up with ideas, using something for free, and figuring out the average monthly search or the popularity of certain keyword phrases. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's probably all we'll cover tonight. Good luck with your keyword research. We're always researching keywords. Hopefully this will be helpful to you, and then I'll see all of you next week, hopefully, at our next marketing training. Thanks for coming again. We'll see you soon.